Okay. Let's find out if this has started in a rectal.
Why are the NYPD set up right here? Did this increase after October 7th?
Together we have 9 children.
Hotel 701.
There is a secret in Jewish tradition that makes for an everlasting marriage.
Why do marriages go awry?
There's no way that it can last because things get boring. Dating is selfish. No, it's every moment is a choice. It's a choice of me. I want to be me or I want to be a we.
Have you ever seen a Hasidic guy drive a Harley Davidson?
So how old are all these? What's the age?
Oh, so he's going over every single letter.
Just from the skin of a kosher animal.
What role does modesty play in a relationship?
Possibly in the United States today, the #1 thing that's destroying most marriages.
All right, we're getting out. 770.
770.
What a time. Oh my gosh. That's something I'll never forget. That's for sure. Wow.
Back to reality.
Literally. Why are the NYPD set up right here?
Oh, because it's the world's most famous synagogue. You got all sorts of
Oh yeah. So they're set up here for protection.
oh yeah.
Got it. How are we doing, Professor?
And he's got the pay. No, it's okay, Simcha.
I got my heart is very heavy.
Okay.
Okay. Let's find out if this fucking girl has started in a rectal. We're abusing her.
Okay.
You know what?
All right. So back to the scheduled program. So it's a YouTube video. You're gonna get famous.
We'll put it on the internet. Share with the world your wisdom.
Your wisdom.
And also your pipe.
Yeah.
What are we smoking right here?
My pipe, that's no problem. I just smoke it.
What is it? Are you just smoking tobacco?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah? Nice. I like it. Are you listening to some music too?
Fox News.
Manus Friedman.
Ah,
No, no.
tuning into the news in the morning. Oh my gosh. Is he a good rabbi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does he behave well? Do you put him in check?
He teaches. What do you teach? Math in Torah University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring Mashiach.
Take care.
Bring the Messiah.
Wow, there are so many police here.
Oh yeah.
So did this increase after October 7th? Because, or has this been normal that there's
It's actually not police. It says Shomrim. It looks like police.
What is this?
It's the local community patrol.
Dude,
So this
balling out.
Yeah, like all over here.
But they must be
Spira,
associated with the NYPD, right?
Yeah, they work together.
Wow.
And we even have our own volunteer ambulance called Hatzalah, which is local volunteers as well. They know the community better.
Yeah.
And we even have Hasidic graffiti. Look at this. The Alter Rebbe Shner Zalman.
So this is okay.
Yeah.
This graffiti is okay.
Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. He was the first in the Hasidic dynasty of Chabad, the Rebbe. He wrote the magnum opus, the Tanya.
Yeah.
And that's what we study. That's where a lot of the philosophy I was sharing before in the synagogue
Yeah.
came from his teachings.
Where are we at, Yoni?
Well, we are about to enter our Hasidic home here in Crown Heights. And have you ever been inside a Hasidic home?
I've never been in one, no.
Okay. So this is a unique opportunity, and we're gonna hopefully meet my wife, and she could share with you some of the feminine perspective on what it means to be a Hasidic woman.
Yeah.
Together we have 9 children.
Amazing.
Our oldest is 15. Our youngest is just a little over a year. Till a year ago, we had 4 girls, 4 boys.
Yeah.
That's what you call Planned Parenthood. And we had our baby daughter, Leah. And let's go do this.
Let's go. Oh, you guys got a nice balcony there.
Oh, yeah.
Good area to hang out,
Yeah.
catch some sun. Oh, 701. Close to 7.
yeah.
We got the 7. Let's go.
Got to 7. Some mystical. Hello.
Hello there. How are we doing?
Good, welcome.
This is my new friend, Alessi.
Hello.
Hello. Pleasure to meet
You don't shake.
My husband.
I forgot. So you learned something here.
There we go.
And he just actually got married a month ago. His wife, Emily, and grew up in Santa Cruz, California.
Very nice.
Huge surfer. And we've been having some great conversations. He's deep, he's spiritual, and he had an amazing time in the synagogue. And please ask my wife any questions you have.
Okay.
The only bad question is the one unasked.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Deep.
Deep.
Very deep.
Let's do it. I'll bring it in.
Hotel 701.
Should we go? And he brought us these amazing cookies.
Oh my gosh.
And here we go.
Beautiful.
Huh? Check this out.
Wow.
A Hasidic house.
I know, you guys got it all clean just for me. Wow.
Our parents' home.
This is your parents' home. Okay. So did you grow up here? You're kidding me.
I grew up here with my grandparents living upstairs.
Wow.
There used to be 2 front doors.
Yeah.
And,
Just got married and I want to know, you know, the key tenements of what makes a good marriage.
there is a secret in Jewish tradition that makes for an everlasting marriage. Understand it from God's perspective. What is marriage? There's many reasons to enjoy a marriage, many benefits you can get out of sharing a life with someone. But there's what marriage is at its essence. Marriage is the reunion of 2 parts of a soul that were separated coming back together. That when God created the first human being, Adam, he created the human being as male and female in one body. And God said, it's not good for man to be alone. This is natural. You're male and female, but you're alone. And so God separated the female from the male and then said, don't stay separate, come back together. But this time, come back together by choice. Choose the oneness. And when male and female come back together by choice, not for the benefits they can get from each other, but just to go back to their original state.
That's the hard part right there. The benefits for each other.
Not for the benefits.
Yeah.
The benefits are always going to be there, but that's not the reason. The reason is you. I yearn for you. The male is missing the female is missing the male, and it's the coming back together. And once when you know that that's the goal and that's what you're looking for, there's not gonna be many options. Even though you can meet any man, you're gonna come back to the one you were separated from. Something inside of you is gonna stop you from everybody else. Like, to be your boyfriend, no problem, but to be my husband, no.
Why do marriages go awry? What causes them to fall off and they start into those tendencies where, you know, they start wanting to seek someone else, or it's whether they feel resentment or bitterness towards their partner? Why does that happen?
So easily, because if the pleasure in the marriage is something about your spouse, something you're getting from them, something you like from them, there's no way that it can last, because things get boring. So after a while, okay, what's next? And the person can only provide so much. Then there's always someone else out there that has better qualities or better things to give or better looking. So if it's things that you're enjoying about your spouse, it's how can it last? But when it's you I enjoy, you're my someone. We've come back together, we belong together, you are my pleasure, then that's way beyond anything about them.
Is this challenging, trying to teach your kids this, or is this easy? Like, do they find it where it's like, okay, yes, we understand, we're gonna find one that we're not gonna be selfish, or is it like they're like, oh, we struggle, like we really want this, but maybe we're making a selfish decision? Like, how is it?
Dating is selfish, and dating is about things. So when you're dating to find someone to marry, you are going to be looking at the things about them. Do I like this about them? Do I like that? Why should I marry him? He has better qualities. So it is about things. But the reason you date is in order to get past the things and now marry the person. So it's like the first step is get past all things. Check off the list that I like everything about him. But now I'm not marrying the things about him. Now I'm actually marrying him. And teaching this to your children is a long-term project. This is slow. This is education. This is teaching children from a young age the difference between something and someone. Your father's away, and he's coming home, and he's coming home with presents. You have the conversation. What are you excited about? What your father's bringing home, or that he's coming home? What's the better part? What's the greater pleasure?
So you have these conversations with them at a young age.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
So like every age, you keep going.
Yeah, that's essentially the birthing of critical thinking. Like, you're teaching them that. versus
personal thinking personally, getting beyond things. Raising children means raising their pleasure.
Like I'm just hearing it, and it's like, yeah, like if you teach these people to model these behaviors, like they're gonna want to grow up and idolize that, and they're gonna want to behave like that. And I just think about our culture today, where we were saying this, just like there's so much entitlement. There's so much like, I want to do this for myself. It's for me. Oh, like I want to go to this band to go listen to them because I want to go do that, or I want to travel here because of me. And it's like, we all have that, I feel like, in us, whereas there's a little bit of selfishness where we want to do something.
Sure.
But it's like what you're saying there is like, can you kind of peel the onion? Why? Why do you want to do that? Is that about you, or who's this going to benefit?
We were created in God's image. God did this to us.
Yeah.
God doesn't get the pleasure from things. God didn't create the world for things. He doesn't need, when you're perfect, you don't need food to eat and air to breathe.
Yeah.
But yet, why did God create? God created because God said, what's the point of all my perfection if it's just me?
Yeah.
Only when you're God, only when you need nothing, can you really have the pleasure of someone. I want someone to be with. That's godly. But when God created man, he created us in his image. When he said it's not good for man to be alone, he was creating within the human psyche a feeling of alone is not good enough. So yes, you can go, enjoy all the pleasures in the world, and you're still not satisfied, and you don't know why. Because you have a godly voice inside of you that says, what's the point if this is all for me?
How do you guys maintain such a healthy level of communication between each other in a relationship, especially in the Hasidic Jewish community? Because I think back to a lot of my friends back home in California. There's a lot of them who are just born agnostic, maybe atheists, where to me, I always think, I'm like, how do they conduct relationships? Because so much of it gets down to very deep values and deep like communication. And for me being a Christian, I go to my faith, where I go to the Bible, where it's like, you have to communicate, you have to be honest with each other, and so forth, all those things. How do you guys maintain that in your relationship?
So yeah, your starting point is your values. Why are we here? It's, you don't never take marriage for granted. It's not just that we're here and now we're stuck. No, it's every moment is a choice. It's a choice of me. I want to be me, or I want to be a we. It's how you look at, whatever challenges you have that day. You can either see them as burdens, or it's our challenge. Like, you got to take the garbage out. It's our garbage.
Yeah.
Like, what a pleasure that we have shared shared garbage to take out. Like, it's everything is in the perspective of how you see it.
Yeah.
And to make that conscious choice every day. And no matter, what you like or don't like about each other, there's a voice inside of you that desperately needs each other.
What role does modesty play in a relationship? Because you guys mentioned it before with just growing up, modesty, as you guys are saying. So the boys and girls are separated at a young age just so they can be able to fill out their roles and not be distracted. I don't want to put words in your mouth, so you fill out however you think that is.
Okay. So the separation is because there's this magnetic attraction between male and female for very good reason. We were one, and we're going to yearn to be back together with one, but not just with anyone. I want to be back with my other one that I was separated from. But that's when I'm really ready for a real relationship. When I'm ready for marriage, that's when I want to find him. Till then, don't feel that magnetic attraction. Don't go there. Don't be tested. Don't be challenged. You don't want someone else's husband. You want yours. So at the right time. And you don't want to benefit just from his energy. Like, oh, it feels good. I want all of you or none of you. All of him or none of him. So I'm waiting for the right time.
So when you guys are faced with challenges in a relationship, how do you go upon them? And like, this is when you're asking, or you're talking to other couples, like, what is the approach? So
I think if it's ever feeling heavy, if it's ever feeling judgmental, it's because you're just off track. You're focused on the things that you need to deal with, or the things about each other, and you've forgotten that the pleasure in each other. Like, wait, we're here because we want each other. So let's deal with this challenge as a we. First feel the pleasure that we're together.
So everything is a we challenge, and that's how it is with everything. And it's not like, hey, I've been taking out the trash all the time. It's like, hey, we need to work together. How can we accomplish it? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
It's kind of like the only absolute is that you need to be with me. Like that, my absolute is not that the house has to be clean.
Yeah.
That's a tool to get me to my goal. All the bills and the things that we need to do are only here to serve the relationship. We have a house because we want a place to be together.
Yeah.
We have food so that we can be healthy and be together. But being together is always the goal.
So now moving on to kids, because that's a big thing from the outside coming in. Is like, wow, these Hasidic Jewish people have a lot of kids. Why is it, for one, why is the need for a lot of kids? And two, how do you maintain order and not go out of your mind with so many kids?
Okay, so this is we're heading right into, once you have each other, like once you tap into your godly voice of alone is just not enough. I need you with me. Once you're tapped in, marriage is where you fulfill that need the most. It's like you become a we forever, and all of a sudden the humility of the two of you together leaves room for a third. Like now it's us, but we have room for a third. And there's this yearning to bring more life into the world. Once you have a child and they're making a mess and they're waking you up at night, if you forget that they were your goal, that they are your goal, and sleep becomes your goal, now the child is getting in your way of your goal.
Yeah.
I want sleep, I want quiet, I want cleanliness. What are you doing here? You're just messing everything up. God forbid for a child to ever feel that. The child is the answer to your prayers.
Yeah. So why is it that, you said a third, but then sometimes there's a seventh and there's a 10th and there's 11?
Because as human beings, you're always growing, always growing and always wanting more. And the more, what's the more in life? Why, if you have a business, why buy a second business? You own one house. Why own two houses? Like you're always growing. One is not enough. A little bit of money is not enough. You need a lot of money. Why would you say no to a good deal? That's things. If we're looking to grow the things we have, how much more so to grow in our essential desire, in our desire for someone, which is what all the things are coming to serve. You don't need money for the sake of money. You need money so you can enjoy the goal of life, which is to be together, to have your someone.
What is the biggest misconception people have of the Hasidic Jewish community from your point of view, from what you've seen?
I'm not sure, but what's coming to me now is the lack of thinking that we're missing out, or the lack of pleasure. I think that the choices we make are, if you're going to choose to only have kosher food, it's a choice. We can go to the store and buy anything, but we make that choice because of who we're inviting into our life. Who wants kosher? Not us. I have no problem mixing milk and meat, but why do I choose not to? Every day it's a choice. Because God asked. God says, I want you to keep milk and meat separate. I want you to keep kosher. So I say yes to God, not to kosher. It's who I'm saying yes to. And the pleasure of relationship, whether it's God, whether it's your husband, whether it's your children, whether it's community, when you're saying yes to someone, that is a much greater and deeper pleasure and satisfaction than the pleasure of any non-kosher sandwich I can have, or any non-kosher food. Like there's tons of good food out there. Why are you denying yourself that pleasure? I'm choosing a different path. I'm choosing the path of someone rather than something. I'm picking the relationship. I'm picking God.
How do you not go out of your mind? He asked about like raising children in such a large family, and
first thing, always come back to center. Remember that it's not just a whole bunch of chores that you have to deal with, and all the children you have to care, and the noise and the food and the laundry. You don't start that. That's never the beginning. Like when you start with what am I going to do about this problem? That's not the beginning. Start at the beginning. The beginning is, I need to be with them, and I have them. So my ultimate original goal is happening. So we're ahead of the game. I have you. Now the question is, how do I keep you? How do I keep you with me without going crazy? Okay, so first enjoy the fact that you have them. And now, once you're in a state of happiness and pleasure, let's look for solution. And there's always solutions. And you can't do it alone. And it takes support, and it takes a village, and it takes really giving your whole self.
Yeah.
If you're there fully, and all of you wants your family, wants this life, wants your children, all the answers will come.
Nice.
And actually, about possibly in the United States today, the number one thing that's destroying most marriage is love itself. Because people get married for the love.
Yeah.
And then over time, they feel that they're not getting as much love as they thought. And they'll even tell you when they're thinking about getting divorced is, we fell out of love. So love is like a commodity. It's like you marry somebody for their money and they lose the money.
Yeah.
I don't need you anymore. So what does marriage mean? Like my wife was saying, marriage means I need you. Maybe sometimes we'll love each other and sometimes we'll hate each other, but it's you I need, even more than the love. Like the Jewish people throughout history, if you read all these books, did the Jewish people always love God? Not after a Holocaust, 6 million Jews are killed. It's very hard to love God. But we say to God, you're my God. Whether we love each other or whether we don't love each other. So this young Hasidic couple actually went for marriage counseling.
Yeah.
They were married for just a year. And they tell the rabbi, I said, I think we need to get divorced. And they're bickering and going back and forth. And the rabbi is listening to all this. And he says, I think you need to get married. They were married, but I think you need to get married.
Wow, okay.
or you get divorced. What's marriage? So what is marriage and why is it so holy? And it's the most selfless thing, committing yourself to one person for the rest of your life. What is marriage? Marriage means I need you, not something from you, not love, not money, not looks. It's you I need. And that's why marriage is so powerful and so special. It's because we're going to this deeper place of not what can I get from you, but who I'm getting. Okay, he's coming on out here. Check this out, my friend's coming. Have you ever seen a Hasidic guy drive a Harley Davidson?
No. Is that allowed?
That's gonna change now. He just has to drop something off for me.
Oh.
Where is he?
Pulling up in style.
There he is. Right here. My buddy Sally. Perfect. You go up the stairs?
That was a wicked bike.
Bro, how you doing? Going in. Such a long time.
Yeah, all right. Great. This is my friend.
How you doing?
How are you?
Pleasure to meet you. Dude,
Harley Davidson.
riding in style.
Oh
my God.
All the way from Brooklyn,
He's
baby.
bringing me some headgear, some yarmulkes.
Wow.
Check these out.
He's the yarmulke plug. Jordan.
Air Jordan.
Oh, shit on top.
With the shade, the first letter of God's name. I
Oh
like
my
you.
God.
One for you. Sentimental.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yoni, what are we doing?
We're just,
What's next?
Well, I'm going to take you to my friend. He's a scribe,
Okay.
and which means he makes Judaic items from scratch by hand the way they've been made for thousands of years. So we, in our community, we call him a scribe. And don't worry, I'll describe everything to you. Another dad joke. We're going inside now, the scribe, and as I said, I'll describe everything to you. Hasidic scribe.
King of puns here.
King of puns. I know it's annoying. I'm sorry. I love it.
No, keep them up. Don't stop. I expect a pun every 10 minutes.
Okay. Without further ado, the Torah scroll room.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And here we have the scribe. He's actually fixing the Torah scroll. Look at these amazing Hebrew letters.
So he's going over every single letter.
Yeah, these are the 5 books of Moses, written by hand. They're written with quills. Look at that. And
Well, we spoke to your friend, that's right, on the street with the New York Yankees hat.
That's right.
Oh.
And they write these letters. In the first verses, in the beginning, God created the heaven and earth.
Yeah.
And that's the first time baseball was also played, in the big inning. And that's why a lot of people here are signed up for CrossFit, because at the end of this ceremony, you have to lift up the Torah scroll. It's very heavy, and you have to show the whole congregation. And this is the Torah that God gave Moses at Mount Sinai. Everyone says it together.
Yeah.
So,
So you pick up that Torah scroll and then you open it?
Open it.
The entire thing? Or
Not
just
the
a
entire
little
thing,
bit?
just like
Just
3 columns or so.
Oh, wow. So how old are all these? What's the age?
They're probably like 30, 40, 70 years. But this one's different. As you can see here, it's written on darker skin. It's written on deer skin.
Yeah.
This was found on auction on Sotheby's. And a wealthy guy from Portugal, a Jewish guy, said, there's a Torah scroll available for sale. I don't want it to end up in the wrong hands. So he bought it. They purchased it. They brought it here for repair. And then they found out that this Torah scroll is over 500 years old. It survived the Spanish Inquisition, which happened in 1492. And it survived the Holocaust. But it's beyond repair.
It's beyond repair, so you
Right.
can't open it, or?
I can't open it, but they looked at it and they have to just send it back, and they're going to
Yeah.
display it, but not read from it in the synagogue. Hello? No, this is not a phone. This is one of those. This is going to turn into the black box that they wore on the head. This is from the skin of a kosher animal.
This is a skin. That's
This,
skin.
this is what it looks like before they've sealed it and they made it into the black box, which I wore on my head.
Yeah.
But to write a Torah scroll from scratch, that takes a year. So here we're working on different items. So this is the mezuzah here. This is what goes on the doorpost of every Jewish home in the house, especially on the front door.
Yeah.
You have what's called the mezuzah. It's the most famous prayer from the Torah, from the Bible. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, God is one." So they're writing all these items on parchment, which is taken from the skin of a kosher animal. They take off the skin, they dry it, and now it becomes kosher. And now it becomes easy to write on. And they take the feather, they write the Judaic items, and here we have, he's working on the
boxes.
boxes that we saw at the synagogue.
Dude, this is some crisp work.
Oh yeah, these guys
Super tech.
these guys are highly skilled and highly dangerous.
Yeah.
They're using sharp instruments, as you can see here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Deadly.
that wasn't a pun, but that was.
No, this is serious. This is a big deal here.
Now
Yeah.
he's sewing the boxes closed with the sinew from a kosher animal.
Incredible. And then this part right here is the gluing.
Well, yeah, these are black boxes that people use every morning, and they're giving them in for repair.
Mm.
You know, they get an oil change. Here you get a tefillin check.
Ah.
And he's going to open up the boxes, give them to the scribe, and he's going to get a report card if it's kosher or if something needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Because even if one letter's smudged or erased, it can make the whole thing not kosher. And we want to do it just the way God likes it, so we're trying to make sure every letter is absolutely written the way it should be. The leather straps, the boxes.
On to the next.
On to the next.
Incredible.